As I said in my last video, revising Star Trek chronology, we get some interesting results if we rearrange the original series episodes by stardate. There is every reason to suppose the stardates as the primary sequential factor instead of the usual episode order. Consider the two parts of the menagerie. The first part has a stardate of 3012.4 and the second 3013.1. In this video, we will assume that the first digit of a stardate represents the year of the 5-year mission. This is not an unrealistic assumption. The Next Generation era made the second digit of their stardates the season number. Of course, all this might be nonsense, and I might be entirely wrong, but I'm here for the fun of it, so why not? The first 8 episodes of the original series have stardates beginning with the number 1. We can suppose these are year 1. If Where No Man Has Gone Before is first, then Balance of Terror is last. Sequentially, we get Where No Man Has Gone Before, Mudd's Women, The Corbomite Maneuver, The Man Trap, Charlie X, The Enemy Within, The Naked Time, and Balance of Terror. If I am correct, then year 2 of the 5-year mission begins with episode 18, The Squire of Gothos, with its stardate of 2124.5. There is then a gap, but this gap will not remain empty for long, as we shall see. We resume with What Are Little Girls Made Of, stardate 2712.4, followed by Muri, Dagger of the Mind, The Conscience of the King, The Galileo 7, and year 2 ends with Court Martial, stardate 2947.3. The Menagerie kicks off year 3. It is followed by Shore Leave, Arena, The Alternative Factor, and Tomorrow is Yesterday. Space Seed, stardate 3141.9, is moved from its episode 24 position to being between Tomorrow is Yesterday and the return of the Arconans. These are followed by A Taste of Armageddon, The Devil in the Dark, and Errand of Mercy. The City on the Edge of Forever has no stardate, so we will leave it where it is. The last story of Star Trek's first season, based on stardate, is not Operation Annihilate, but episode 25, This Side of Paradise, with its stardate of 3417.3. What we notice about stardates is that if they are sequential, and all the episodes are placed in order of their star dates, the 3 seasons of Star Trek overlap. The first 2 episodes of Season 2, Cat's Paw and Metamorphosis, have star dates less than Operation Annihilate, nor are these the only ones. Amok Time, stardate 3372.7, should be between Operation Annihilate and This Side of Paradise. The Doomsday Machine, stardate 4202.9, is the first story we encounter set in year 4, but the stories around it are still in year 3, so we move it down. The Changeling and the Deadly Years move up to either side of Who Mourns for Adonis. Then we get Wolf in the Fold, Obsession, and The Apple. Mirror Mirror has no stardate, so we will leave it where it is, and after that episode we reach Journey to Babel. The Gamesters of Triskelion should be much earlier as a year 2 story. We can move it as far back as between Cat's Paw and Metamorphosis. Moving forward, we see that Bread and Circuses has a stardate of 4040.7, making it the earliest Year 4 story, followed by the Doomsday Machine. Then we have A Private Little War, The Immunity Syndrome, I Mud, The Trouble with Tribbles, A Piece of the Action, and By Any Other Name. In our revised arrangement, the Ultimate Computer, Stardate 4729.4, takes place between By Any Other Name and Return to Tomorrow. Patterns of Force has a stardate of 2534.0 and is interesting in how far from its Year 2 counterparts it is. We can change that, of course. Remember that gap we noted between the Squire of Gothos and What Our Little Girl's Made Of? Well, there goes Patterns of Force. The remaining episodes of Season 2, The Omega Glory and Assignment Earth, seem to be missing stardates, so we will keep them where they are. Into the third season now, and again we find the first two stories, Elan of Troyes and Spectre of the Gun, have stardates too early for their position. We swap them and move them to between the Immunity Syndrome and I Mud. The Paradise Syndrome, stardate 4842.6, is the last Year 4 story. The remaining 21 stories, and I include Day of the Dove here, are Year 5 stories. We start with And the Children Shall Lead at stardate 5027.3. That story is followed by the Enterprise Incident, the Empath, the Mark of Gideon, Spock's Brain, For the World is Hollow and I Have Touched the Sky, Is There in Truth No Beauty, and the Tholian Web. Day of the Dove, of course, has no stardate, but we follow it with Wink of an Eye and Whom Gods Destroy. That Which Survives has no stardate, so we can leave it be. We continue with the Lights of Sitar, Let That Be Your Last Battlefield, Plato's Stepchildren, The Cloudminders, The Way to Eden, Requiem for Methuselah, and The Savage Curtain. The final episode of the original series was Turnabout Intruder, stardate 5928.5. But the last story based on Stardate is All Our Yesterdays, stardate 5943.7. So there it is, the original series by order of stardate, assuming the stories are sequential by stardate. What we notice is that if our supposition concerning stardates is correct, then 8 adventures took place in Year 1, 8 took place in Year 2, 25 in Year 3, 13 in Year 4, and 20 in Year 5, as well as 5 floating adventures. Of course, we must keep in mind that the episodes were not necessarily shot in order, or broadcast in the order they were produced, and everything in my video might be nonsense, and everything I have presented might be completely wrong. Yet, I made this video for the fun of it, and at least it was fun. For me, at any rate.
You